Hello and welcome back to Game Domain and the brand new year. Today we are bringing you our first video of 2019 and we wanted to get it started strong with a collab with Nin10doland. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks for having me guys. Be sure to go check out my channel as well from the link in the description below.
So today we in Nin10doland will each be giving you 5 of our favorite tracks in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The one major rule is that all of our tracks have to be new remixes made for Ultimate, or else it would just be the original Hyrule Field, Gerudo Valley, you know the drill. But it's not going to be like that, so please stick around and listen to what 5 tracks we like, as well as Nin10doland. Keep in mind there are nearly 1,000 different tracks in this game, and these are just 10 of the great ones, 5 from Nin10doland and 5 from us. This is not a top 5, but rather just 5 that we each wanted to highlight at the moment. So let's get right into it then, shall we, Nin10doland?
Yeah, let's go. So first I'm going to start off and give one of the songs that I love from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then we will go over to you guys. In Smash, I have long waited for much more Donkey Kong representation, at least in the music department. So when I saw that the classic Donkey Kong Country games were being represented more, I was ecstatic. Crocodile Cacophony is the big bad theme for no other than King K. Rool himself. The remix continues to keep the flow of the original, but spices it up with a faster pace. The theme just feels epic when in battle, and it definitely holds that sense of urgency that some songs seem to lack. Donkey Kong Country 2 had some absolutely amazing music, but this one in particular could not have missed a cut. Now let's hand it over to Jake with one of the songs that you guys love from this game.
The first song that we are going to address is certainly one of the more upbeat and fun tracks this game has to offer. The music from the Animal Crossing games has always been carefully composed and always spun into beautiful, serene, and gentle tracks. The title theme for the DS's Wild World, which we actually ranked as our #1 Animal Crossing game, is yet another perfect example of a typical soothing Animal Crossing track. Animal Crossing music has also been one of the more popular styles to be replicated with remixes throughout the Super Smash Bros. Series, and we did receive a great remix of the title theme from Wild World back in Brawl. That remix was very soothing and calm, and just a unique twist on the original song. But then when Ultimate came around, it turned this soothing and calming notion upside down, and brought us one of the most exciting and fast-paced tracks in the entire series. The first few seconds are an incredibly quiet little version of a tune from the original, and then the entire track just opens up and gives us even rock and roll type feel for a bit. The original melody is more prevalent than ever, and all the exciting beats and different instruments in the background make for a beautifully blended remix. This new remix for Ultimate does the perfect job of taking one of the more serene and calm tracks in all of Nintendo and transforming it into a fast-paced, exciting, and just all-out perfect track to be in the background of a fight. Fans were delighted to see that this beloved track from a beloved game was getting yet another remix when Ultimate came around, but we truly could have never envisioned it being this good. This theme is one of the greatest Animal Crossing remixes we have ever seen, and could even be argued as being the greatest. Now, let's get into Nin10doland's next song.
Coming in at number 4, we have Cass's theme from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now if you would have told me beforehand, out of all of the wonderful Breath of the Wild tracks, Nintendo picked Cass's theme to be represented in Smash, I would have said that you were crazy. The original is a slow, calming melody that's good, but it plays every blue moon when you come across Cass in the game. But man, the remix is everything but that. It starts off with the same climactic, slow entry, but boom! It comes in with a fast-tempo, Sonic-like melody that hits you so well. The theme is even extended, and we get to hear the full song for the first time ever. Well, technically. And man, it's so good. The song peters off to feature the original Legend of Zelda overworld theme and blends with Cass's theme so epically. This is definitely a Zelda song that should be used a lot in battle.
The next song we want to look at is also from a series that typically gives us some of the more peaceful tracks out of Nintendo games, but Ultimate was once again able to flip that notion on its head. The main theme from the original Pikmin is actually in Ultimate, and you can go ahead and listen to the cool sounding track right now in the game. What makes this track special and unique is the cool use of odd-sounding instruments as well as songs from nature and the actual outdoors. The chirps of crickets and birds, the use of guiro instrument, and just clever upbeats and downbeats make this such a cool and interesting song. Just like the title theme from Wild World, this is another song that in itself doesn't quite fit a fast-paced and competitive fighting game. So what does Nintendo do? Turn this track upside down as well and give us another kind of rock feeling and incredible track. The sounds of the guiro are replaced with loud, quick trumpet notes, and there's more bells present than in the original. The main cymbal and trumpet notes that carry throughout the song in a repetitive motion add for such an incredible remix. The crescendos at the ends of each main melody give a perfect round-off to the song, and this thing is just flat out amazing. The original Pikmin is arguably one of the more underrated Nintendo games of all time, and it is cool that Nintendo shed some light on these games' greatness with the incredible remix, not to mention 10 other cool tracks besides the original main theme, and of course the new remix. So Nintendo Land, what is the next song you want to look at?
Dang, you guys stole my pick. A good Pikmin theme is always worth mentioning, but I guess it's time to bring it back to the Breath of the Wild for my number 3 pick. Our last full trailer for the Breath of the Wild came in the Switch presentation in 2017, and the trailer was easily one of the most hype moments for Nintendo fans of all time. The intensity of the trailer was all thanks to the theme played, which was incredibly epic. Unfortunately, that theme was nowhere to be found in-game, which was kind of upsetting. But fear not, because Sakurai always provides. As I was going through the list of Zelda songs and saw the words Switch presentation theme, I already knew what we were getting. The remix takes the theme we all remember and love and literally strips out the slow and calming parts and leaves nothing but fast-paced, serious action that works perfectly in Smash. Although the second half is still mostly the same, hearing the fully completed and rearranged song put a smile on my face and probably a smile on the faces of Zelda fans across the globe. Alright guys, time for your number 3.
Now we move from original tracks that were calm and peaceful to one that has always had a menacing and powerful underlying message. Ever since the original Pokemon Red and Blue, every champion battle has felt powerful and meaningful, and each and every one has had an incredibly loud, strong, and powerful theme that plays during it as well. One of the best of these battle champion themes, as Nintendo calls them, is Cynthia's from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Cynthia was the first female champion, and she's always been argued as the most powerful and difficult champion in the whole series. The best way to fit such a dominant character in a video game? Well, of course you have to give them some menacing music. Right from the beginning, the track is fast-paced and turns eerie and menacing right when the rapid drums come in. These drums remain present throughout the main part of this song, and there are just a few breaks from the original melody throughout. This song helps to make Cynthia even more beloved than she already is, and truly gives off the dominant essence that she possesses. While the other 2 songs in this list needed to be optimized to fit a fighting game, this track could have really passed by just staying the same as it was. But we all know that that is not the Nintendo way of doing things. So instead, Nintendo decided to give us this incredible track that houses orchestral instruments like violins and many more. The flute is also present, and the song even sounds more quiet and less intense than the original, but for some reason we still love it just as much. The song gives off the same menacing tone that Cynthia does during the fight, and the remix of tones, melodies, and instruments just makes this track fit so well in Smash. Fights in Smash are always intense no matter what way you're playing, and this song just adds to the intensity with the incredible composition. What's your next song, Nintendo Land?
My number 2 is actually really funny because I was never really a big fan of Bomb Rush Blush that much in Splatoon. But the remix that Nintendo gave us expanded on the song greatly, and man, I cannot stop listening to it. The song captures the Splatoon vibe all the way and completely rekindled my memories of the first game and gave me that special feeling once again. The song feels as if it is celebrating an experience of all things Splatoon and all things Smash Bros, and it does so in such a great way. From beginning to end, it engages you in the battle and stands its place as my number 2 favorite remix from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Kirby Air Ride is another one of those hidden gem Nintendo games like Pikmin that has never really gotten a whole lot of love. But from the base of fans who played it back on the GameCube, it is truly beloved. We here at Game Domain truly love everything about this game, and it houses so many special memories and is one of the most nostalgic games that some of us will talk about. Nintendo did show some love to this game though, by including 5 songs from it in Ultimate. Air Ride was of course a great game due to its content, but it certainly also had a plethora of incredible tracks to accompany the great racing and gameplay it entails. The City Trial is probably the most popular game mode, as you can just freely roam around the city as Kirby, either off of the vehicle, but why would you do that, or on one of the many vehicles the game houses. You travel around the cleverly built city as it entails rivers, skyscrapers, forests, volcanoes, and a huge underground garage as well. Whenever we go back and play it, we are trying to collect all the pieces for the Hydra and the Dragoon, which are the 2 legendary vehicles. And while we are frantically scooting around trying to find the pieces to solve the puzzle, we are accompanied by yet another beautifully composed track from a GameCube game. The City Trial theme is just so upbeat and joyful, but intense as well, as it represents the timer ticking in the top right corner of the screen, as it is timing how long it takes for you to complete your City Trial. The song is both calming and intense, depending on how you think of the game mode yourself, just for fun, journeying around, or trying to obtain the legendary vehicles in the fastest way possible. These 2 ways of thought represent both sides of this song, and the latter is more present in the masterful remix that we get in Ultimate. The re-recording with brand new instruments and even new background melodies, including trumpets in the earlier part of the song, make this game truly fit Smash even more than the original song already did. The song gives off a sense of purpose, and that purpose in Ultimate is, of course, to kick your opponent's butt. This song also adds some rocky elements towards the middle of the song as well, and it is just all around incredible. To have this remix come along for the Air Ride, get it? But only this time in Smash made us very happy. And when we heard how good this song actually was when Nintendo released it on their website, we both wanted to play Ultimate on the stage from Kirby just for the chance of hearing this song in the background, as well as wanting to go back and play Air Ride. And let's just say we did both. Now, what is the last song you want to touch on, Nin10do Land?
As one of the greatest fans of Nintendo music, I often find quality in all of Nintendo's work, but I would say that I am mostly a modern music type of guy, where composers' work such as David Wise's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze soundtrack really strikes home with me. I never gave too much thought about the classics. That was until I heard the Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. medley remix in Smash Ultimate. This theme has a crazy upbeat tempo that continues to change and flow differently throughout the song. The song remixes so many tunes from the old Donkey Kong games by going as far as to add the level completion theme and even bonus stage tunes. If you never even played these games, you would probably find it hard to figure out that the song was actually composed with over 4 classic themes in mind. It's just that good. There's parts of the song where you literally want to just put the controller down and start clapping to the beat. For me, to say that, it obviously means a lot. To listen to the full song in its entirety would probably take you a full 3 minutes, which is incredible. For a throwback classic remix to make my number 1 is mind-blowing to me, but goodness. Yuzuki Takahama, thank you for this amazing masterpiece, and thank you for showing me the classic soundtrack still can take over even the newer ones to hit the scene. And alright guys, it's time for your number 1.
The last song that we will be covering is one that we have always loved, and it is probably no surprise to most of you what it will be. But do keep in mind that we are not saying this is the best song in the entire game, because this is not really a top 5, but rather just 5 songs we have fell in love with while playing this game for the past few weeks. The Legend of Zelda series has always brought us incredible music, and it was no surprise that the game centered around a time-traveling musical instrument would have arguably the greatest soundtrack in the whole series. Yes, we are of course talking about the legendary Ocarina of Time, and most importantly one specific location in that game that plays one of the most masterful and incredible tracks in any video game ever. While strolling around on Epona, you will at some point enter the vast open land that is known as Hyrule Field, the massive landscape stretching across a huge portion of the map that just gives off this happy and free vibe. And what gives off this vibe mainly? Well, that is of course the Hyrule Field theme. Yes, we know you guys probably expected us to put this on here, but just hear us out. The original song was incredible in itself, and the remix for Ultimate nearly captured that same greatness that the original one did. The Ultimate remix just goes straight into the cheery and joyful center melody of the song, which truly feels like you're setting off on the great journey as you go in the Ocarina of Time. But this remix version just feels like it fits in Ultimate so well, and it's a perfect song for a more relaxed and casual game rather than a competitive 6 stock on Final Destination with no items. The song just makes you happy, and the beautiful rendition in Ultimate isn't even all too different from the original track. The remix is the perfect blend of the original aspects that made the Ocarina of Time version so good, and new and improved instruments for better sound quality. The song just sounds more vibrantly fitting for Ultimate, rather than just inserting the original Ocarina of Time version into the game, which they did as well. Although we believe the original theme is better, this remix really gives it a run for its money. The Hyrule Field theme is certainly one that we have fell in love with, and that is the case for all 5 of the songs that we talked about in this video, and thanks to Nin10doland for coming along and giving us 5 of his favorites as well.
Definitely. Being able to share my love of Nintendo music with you guys was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So what did you think of today's collab video? What songs do you guys like from Ultimate? Out of the ones we talked about today, which is your favorite? Tell us down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for an incredible 2018, as our main highlight was reaching the incredible milestone of 10,000 subs. We also want to grow our Instagram account, so we highly encourage all of our viewers to go and give us a follow over on Instagram at RealGameDomain. There we will be giving channel updates as well as exclusive sneak peeks to future projects, series, and videos. Be sure to check out some of our more recent videos, which we will leave links to in the description, as well as our Discord and new info regarding new channel updates. Our Discord is open to you guys to come and chat with our staff members and each other about gaming, so don't be afraid to join. We have great discussions about gaming topics in our Discord, and it is a great way to communicate and even play with fellow gaming fanatics and viewers of our channel. Down in the description, we also have the links to our merchandise stores, as there you can purchase an array of Game Domain merch, ranging from mouse pads and even phone cases. Stay tuned to Game Domain for more great content, and thanks for watching today's collab video with Nin10doland.
Attention, all Game Domain fans. We hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you did, remember to subscribe, like this video, and then check out some of our other videos. Please join our Discord to chat with our staff and our other GD fans. Also, check out our Patreon, our merch store, and other links all down in the description. Thank you.